my father and my uncle, they would be in the basement in New York City smoking weed as my aunt, Titi Jenny, was going to church. And my Uncle Augie and my father would be there just stoning, and my aunt be going out to church, and my father and my uncle would make fun of her. They would say, "Oh, you love the pastor. There you go, off to church again, just smoking weed, blowing it in her face." Making fun of her all the way over there, just walking, she's just going to church, But see, my aunt never stopped witnessing to them. And so when she would come back, she knew that she was going to face persecution because she just came back from church. And here are these guys that are walking in the darkness. Here are these guys smoking up, just as high as a kite, just over there doing all the things. And my aunt would walk in, and she would walk in knowing that they were stoned, and she would begin to sing a song. She would walk in, "Satan, get out of my way, because I'm coming through. You can't stop these feet of mine from walking over you. I can see you standing there in your misery, but I know a man somewhere that has set me free." And she would sing that. My dad and my uncle didn't know that she was singing that about them. But she lived for Jesus. When my dad was thinking about committing suicide in his truck, as he was a truck driver in the mountains of Tennessee, and the Lord began to speak to him, said, "If you want to die, die and give your life to me." And the Lord said, "Keep on driving, there's a church." And on the other side there was a church, and he pulled in there, and there was a man there that led him to Jesus Christ. We would not be here without someone leading my father to Jesus. The hundreds of thousands and millions of people that have been blessed through this ministry would not have been blessed through this ministry without someone bringing the good news of Jesus Christ to my father, to my aunt. And to tell you the truth, the first one that got saved was my grandma, my father's mother. She would go to church, and she would tell her children about Jesus, and they would make fun of her. Her husband thought she was crazy because she was filled with the Holy Spirit and would speak in tongues. She would walk on the streets of New York City at midnight coming home from church by herself. And my father would see her and say, "Mom, what are you doing? They're going to mug you out here." And she would look at my dad and she'd say, "Carlitos, if you just saw one muscle on my angel's arm, you would never say that again." She knew how to live for God. They thought she was crazy. They even put her in a insane asylum because she spoke in tongues. When my father gave his life to the Lord, the Spirit of God filled him, and he went back to New York City and pulled her out of that place and told her, he said, "Mom, for the rest of my life, I'm going to live preaching the gospel all over the world." As wonderful as it is to receive salvation, it's even greater to lead someone else to Jesus. The greatest experience that you can have is leading someone to the Lord.